Hey everybody, welcome to Make Money Online in Africa. You know what? I've been dragging my feet on this, and I got a pet rabbit that's chewed through my cord, my microphone multiple times. I got this air conditioner running. You know what? We're just gonna do it because there's tons of ways to make money online in Africa. If you're in Nigeria, if you're in Ghana, if you're in Kenya, work with a whole bunch of people out of those nations, and there's a bunch of ways to make money online. So what I did actually was look for some things. Let's get straight to the point. You can make an online store like an Etsy to do that. Nah, you don't have to use Jumia. You can be your own self because Jumia is not kind of funded and based out of Germany. So it's basically a German operation with a quote African face. So they're still really just kind of profiting off of things. And at this point, we can sustain ourselves, right? You can sustain yourself if you're in Africa. Things are shifting. BRICS is there. African Union is getting a little bit more bold. Not yet because they're still funded by the European Union. So as these things are building up with my somewhat janky logo, as things are building up, we can improve things. So let's get here. I want us to look at the numbers. I always do this with the people that I speak to. This may be a little boring for some people, but let's spice this up. Look, this is the e-commerce sales worldwide. Let's look at 2021, 5.2 trillion, 5.7 trillion in 2023. They still getting the numbers together, projected to be 6.3 trillion US dollars, and so on and so forth as it keeps growing. Now, obviously, we all know that these numbers going up are inflation. So I just wonder, is this still the same as it was in 2014, where it was 1.3 trillion, as it is now, where we're projected to get to 6.3 trillion? I think there is actually a little bit more profit there, but yeah. So at the end of the day, if the inflation is going up and there's a way for you to make some money, even ahead of inflation, why not go ahead and take advantage of it? Because Etsy is a $5 billion per year, okay, company. 5 billion. There is projected to be 6.3 trillion. Now, some data shows that the revenue or whatever is only 1.3 trillion projected for this year. But I'm looking at here the same website. It depends on what you're looking at. Quote retail e-commerce sales versus some other ones. So I'm gonna go with this number because it seems to be not the market cap, but the actual sales. So how do we make this into money in our pockets? Because that's what you clicked on this video for, right? We're not here for those little clickbait things or something like that. We want you to actually make some money. So let's look here. First, let's look at the e-commerce market in the United States. Why am I looking at the United States even though you're based out of Africa? You say. You're like, hey, I'm based out of Nigeria. What am I worried about the United States for? Hey, you're worried about the United States, not worried, but you're looking at the United States because you can create products for the United States. Okay, this is what this is for. You can create products for within Africa as well as now I got my rabbit jumping around. So give me just a second. I'm going to pause this video. So we want to look at the United States as a market, and the same thing you want to do. There's the second largest market. You want to look at China as well. Let's look at China first because they're the biggest market, and let's zoom in so that you all can see this. So the greater area of China, the revenue is 1.3 trillion. Okay, this says million. That means this is 700 and something million, 281 billion. So 1.3 trillion US dollars. All right, placing ahead of the United States and ahead of Japan. So China, United States, then Japan are the three biggest in the e-commerce market. So what do you want to do? Let me give you something that will actually help you right now. So you got two options. One, you can create, let's put the logo back up here. Let's put the banner. Actually, the logo is the actual guy with the circle on it. Let's put this right here. There's two different ways. You can create a competitor company, but let's say you don't have any money right now. If you create a competitor company, you use AI like a Chat GPT, Claude, or Bard. You start using that to program as you're doing in your everyday life. Because remember, days pass, 24 hours passed yesterday to today. You're using some of your time on this video, and I'm thankful for that. But here's the thing that you got to do. You got to realize that no matter how depressed you may feel, no matter how hungry you may feel, because Your pockets are empty, not because you're literally hungry. I mean, 1 year just passed, didn't it? And you were feeling pretty bad. A week just passed, didn't it? And you were feeling pretty bad, and so on and so forth. So, just like that, 10 years can pass. And if you did not try to put your best foot forward and network, right now I am networking, even with you all right here. Subscribe to this channel because we're going to put this in connection with each other. So, you can build the platform by building up people on WhatsApp, Telegram, and Discord. Now, Telegram is pretty good, but they can sometimes randomly ban you and you lose all of those people. You want to build up an email list. So you can use Google Sheets to collect the emails. What you do with those emails is you post up, oh, sorry, let me start from the beginning. So if you're taking the Etsy approach or a competitor to Etsy or Jumia, an online retailer, Etsy sells handmade goods. So that means we got a lot of clothing makers, don't we? We got people that sell wigs. We got people that make clothes, make shoes, all of that stuff, right? We got all of those people already. What you do is you contact all of them and say, hey, I got a platform. You probably want to make a platform first, but say, hey, I got an app that you can put your clothes on and you can start posting up online. You get all of those people to then come to you, where some of them are making custom made because that's what Etsy specializes. The people put up their videos. You study Etsy. That's what you want to do. You want to basically kind of make a clone of Etsy, but for the African market. And then you can make one for China and everything, but this is for Africa mainly. What you do is you make a percentage off of each sale that they make. You made the app, you're hosting up and paying for the website. The website costs about, let's say, about $50. You might spend 150 for the year, but you can lower the prices for many things. You're registering the website, which may cost. I suggest Namecheap.com. Other people use other things. I think Bluehost and whatnot. So I would suggest Namecheap because it's just better. But if you were to try to auction the website, you're not going to get a high price. That's another way to make money. You kind of build up a name for it, and then you sell the website domain name. But you get the people together after you've spent the money on there. And yes, you may say, where am I going to get the money? Man, I don't know, borrow it. Try to do as much as you can. Save 1K Naira a day. Save 500 Kenyan shillings a day. It doesn't matter. Save it up. The time passes. You use these apps online, the no code solutions. You can search a bunch of them online where you don't have to use code to make the app. You got Chat GPT and Bard and Claude. Those three are really good. ChatGPT now getting better with coding, but Claude is only US and UK, so you may have to use a VPN and you need a US number, so that may be off limits to you. But Bard and ChatGPT will be good for those, especially ChatGPT. Have the code if you do have a little bit of coding for your app, and boom, now you've contacted the people. Then you start. This is what you do. You take your two little feet and you start going outside. You pass out flyers or you talk to people. That's what you do. You don't have enough data to do it, then you go outside and you start telling people. Then it becomes only online. Because remember, word of mouth is powerful. That's how you do it with the Etsy approach. Okay, I can go into more detail if you like that in future videos, or if you like to join our mastermind group on Discord, let's go ahead and do it. We'll talk about that and you can join us. Now, the second approach, this is how you do it. Now, I'm going to pull this up on the screen. As you can see, that's the e-commerce market in Greater China. Let's see, Africa, it doesn't have it there. Now, if I recall the e-commerce market right here, because I looked it up. Let's see if this is the Google search. It said it's only around 20 billion US dollars. And that's just because all of these European nations have been just cheating and scamming people out of their money, right? You've been scammed out of your money. The biggest scammers right now are coming out of Europe, the Europeans worldwide, whether they live in the US, in Africa, wherever. They've been scamming, like Niger. They were paying them less than $1 for the uranium. But now, because of that, the revolution that just happened, Now they're charging everybody what the market rate is, 200 to 240. So now they got it almost free. France was getting it almost free, but now Niger, if they want to pay for it, because they always find convenient ways to try to make sure you don't make money. But we can get around this too. No matter how much friction it is, it's not going to stop you. They can slow us down, they can kneecap us, but they cannot stop us. So that $20 billion, don't worry about it. Anyway, if you want to get inside of some of that, hey, $20 billion is a lot of US dollars worth of value. What if you made 1% of that? Isn't that still 2 million, right? Or 20 million? If you made 1%, that's still a lot. So I wouldn't even be concerned with the biggest numbers. I'm just trying to go for 1% of any market worldwide, and I'm a big player. I don't care about those ones that control 80, 90%. Let them fight it out. Let me just get 1% or 1% of 1%. I'll be good. 1% of 1% is still 100,000 a year. So what you do is you can use ChatGPT. You can use those programs, combine them with AI art. You can set up an Etsy store or a Zazzle store. Let me show you what Zazzle looks like because Etsy costs money. I'm trying to make sure you get the freest of free options. All right, and as you can see, here is my store saying, welcome back, Nico. Yeah, here we go. Now you can see it says I've been a member since 2017. And what you can do, you can go over here. There are instant downloads. There's Halloween related things. Instant download means you can have art. Look at all of this that they created here. Okay, you can personalize it and then you can sell it. Let's say, okay, this is Zazzle. Remember, Zazzle. You see it right here. Let me make sure you can see it on the screen. Yes, Zazzle.com. And when y'all make some money, come back and just do a donation, y'all. Because the information sharing is caring. But hey, look, I'm here to make money too. So anyway, you can make thank you cards. What you want to do is you want to look for what are the popular trends and look at them in advance. Look, they're talking about Halloween in the United States and Europe right now. Some countries in Africa don't even celebrate these holidays. But if you're trying to bring in that money, so then you fund your operation, you could do number two and fund number one with this. You take about 10 or 20% of that money. Most of it you should save for yourself. 10 or 20% of that money, you then put it into an account where you save up for at least a year in advance of expenses of what you can calculate. Because if anything goes wrong and some unexpected expense comes, you got the money to handle it. That's the whole key. And then you go in with other people. Here's the key: you partner with other people to do this. Don't just do it by yourself. Now, why is that? You want somebody, now you could do it by yourself and you'll grow and maybe an individual will make 100,000. And maybe you should do it first yourself so that you're already successful. Then you tell somebody else. That's why I'm telling you guys now. Okay. Let's say that you did this pumpkin, let's say Halloween downloadables. Now you see they're going, this is actually cheaper than what I sell mine. That means they're really trying to get this. And so far they've had 46,000 downloads. Now this doesn't mean this one shop had 46,000 downloads and then you multiply it by that. That means the entire Zazzle.com had that many. And they make only a few pennies off of each one, but that's a lot. That adds up. Now they're experimenting with these. Some of these have a very cheap download cost. It said this item is trending 54,000 people. I really should have been on top of that, but hey, it is what it is. So you can have an instant download and a print. Now, if you make this, let's take this right here. I'm going to show you how we're going to do this right now. I'm actually going to create the item and then list the item right here so you can see it right now. If you like that I'm about to do that, come and give me a like right now. And subscribe. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch the screen over to my other browser. Let's do this real quick. Here we go. Now you can see I have something that's called Playground AI. All right, Playground AI. Let's click this so that we're going here. This is the free version. I created a new one so that it's free. You get 1,000 images per day. I created it actually off of the phone, so you can do that. But here's the thing: on the phone, you'll create something called on the board. On board. Let me see if you can see what I'm talking about here. You don't really want your images to be public, so because these are the public images. And yeah, that's nice that people are doing it, but I don't want my images to be out like that. Okay, I'm gonna like this one. That kind of looks like the It Clown, doesn't it? But you don't want your images to be public. So what you ideally want is a computer. But if you only got it from your phone, you can do all of this from your phone. Let's do this. Let's create the canvas files. I'm not going to do it on the board. When you create it on the board, you got to manually select make private over and over and over again. And that kind of takes up time. But if you ain't got money, you got time. And when you got money, then you use your money to have more time. So right now, we ain't got no time. We ain't got no money. That's what you're thinking. So we're going to go to Canvas files. I think I have 2 untitled. Yep, because I was doing this. They give you 5 free canvases off of that. So what we're going to do, come on, hurry up, load up. All right, I don't want to go through the tutorial. Okay, great. Complete tutorial to unlock features. Okay, let's do quack. Oh, actually, let me do this here. Halloween holiday card. And we're going to make this a little bit longer. Actually, what I need to do is I'm going to pause the video and look up the dimensions. All right. What happened to our image here? Just went off the screen. Hold on. There we go. So I found out it's 625 because it's 5 by 7 that they had. 625. And you really want to make this larger. 625. And they made it too small. 825. If I'm not mistaken, let me double check that one more time just to make sure I'm in the background. You guys can't see it. 875. There it is. So we're going to go 875. And they made this a little bit too small. So we're going to go up one size bigger because we want to have some bleed room anyway. Halloween holiday card. Let's do that. I found out K Euler Ancestral is pretty good. So we're going to press generate. Okay, man, tutorial, get the hell off the screen, man. All right, now we got to wait a couple of seconds for this generate. Let me pause it. All right, this is taking a longer time than I would like. Normally this should be like popped out, but it's going slower. Even this countdown is going slower. Probably because I have this video software going and a bunch of other things as well. Because I think it feeds off of our own internet as well, because it does take your data. All right, cool. Actually, these are pretty cool. It says happy, spell happy incorrect. Now, in the future, we could, okay, next, moving around canvas. Zoom in. You can zoom in. All right, next. Let's go through this tutorial. Okay, there we go. Select a filter. Well, it's not giving me any options right now. Actually, the playground is not. So let me refresh the screen because I'm not even seeing half the screen that's supposed to be there. There it is now. We can select the filter. Let's take the stickers, create a new image. All right. But I'm liking these holiday cards. This one right here in particular doesn't have any words on it. We could put our own happy Halloween and everything like that ourselves, or else we could edit the other ones and make them there. But it's kind of like kitty friendly. The pumpkin down here isn't the best, or nor is this one. This one is actually pretty fair too, but it's not a complete card. You see how it did this section, but it didn't complete it over there. So what I could do is just crop this out and just make it myself in Photoshop. And then that's where we go to photop.com. I was going to show you guys that. So now we're waiting for this. It's been 42 seconds. And as soon as that finishes, we got the next section. So let me pause this. Okay, now we've unlocked all of that. Obviously, you can have downloadable stickers and everything, and which is what this was good for. So this is pretty good. We're not looking for stickers right now, so I'm going to set this to none. What I'm going to do is image to image. Clicking that, I like that, so I'm going to have a basis of that. And I'm going to drag this over here because I want to create more images that look like that holiday card. I'm going to put text. I don't want that words, signature. I don't want those in there. So boom, let's go. You've learned the basics. Close. I don't want to continue learning. I already know. But for you guys, you might want to go through that. But me, I've already done it. Make sure I'm recording. I think I am. Yes, I am. We're now at 21 minutes. Dang, I thought this video was going to be an 8-minute video, to be honest. But as I do all the time, I like to give information to people. So if you all want to learn this information, go ahead and do it. I guess I could edit this out, but look, if people are looking to learn and earn real money, they're going to use their resources and go after that. There's a lot of people looking at these Africa liberation channels and everything like that, and we're doing that. Hey, look, that's great and all. It's like I thought myself, and I was like, okay, so when are we making the money? That's what I'm looking at. When are we making the money so we can get out of this rat race, right? All right. I think this one is pretty decent, but people like cats, so we got a ghost cat. This one is actually pretty good. Where did they get that from? Huh, interesting. It didn't look anything like a cat, but random. So I'm going to use this one right here. So I'm going to click first. We can upscale this. That means it's going to make it way bigger, 4x bigger, keep the quality. It's going to tone it down a little bit. You can see it's a little bit more detailed. But watch this. When you upscale it, some of the detail right here is going to be lost. That's what happens. It can't make a direct clone. It can make it like 98%. So some of this detail has been lost, and now we're going to download this. So I don't know where that got sent. What folder is that? Okay, it got sent to my download folder. Great. That's what I like. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go to photop.com. Now on your phone, you can't avoid the ads. They're going to force you to watch the ads. I think even here I got to watch ads and whatnot. So we're going to open it on the computer. You guys can't see that, but we're going to go to the download section. Downloads. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag and drop it. I did just open that. We're going to drag and drop this right here. Boom, it's loaded. And then there are ads on the side. Did you know that they just made a clone of Photoshop and put it online for free? Now, as you can see, there's a little bit more on this side than it is here. I think, to be honest, I could do a little bit more effort here, but right now I'm not going to do that. So we're going to look for a good font. We're going to say Happy Halloween. That's very small. Happy Halloween. We're going to select all of that. We're going to make it bigger and bigger and bigger. I think that is fair. I think we want this to be white for now so we can see it at least. Okay. Now I'm going to drag this somewhere. Also, what I'm going to do is we're going to have an outline on it. Now you see how it says stroke. I click this. I can also change the fill color. Where's the cover color overlay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this pumpkin right here. Now you see that? I click that. The stroke, I think I'm going to have as white now instead of black. Okay. And then, okay, there's an ad. No. Then we're going to make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to drag, and I'm holding the Alt key on Windows. We're doing Happy Halloween. Yay, great. Okay, let's go back to text. Make sure it's centered. Then we're going back here. Happy Halloween. Okay. Do y'all think that this would be okay? I think this is a fair one. It could be better. All right. So I'm pretty good, satisfied with this. So I'm going to come up and save. You guys know file, save, and all of that. I don't have to go through that. So I'm going to press all the shortcut keys. It'll pop it up. Then I'm going to open this up so I can save it. Boom, that has been saved. And now I'm going to go over to the Zazzle store. So let's do it. Actually, upon further thought that if anybody wants to see that, ask for a part two, or we're going to have that in our mastermind group. That's a premium group. If you would like to join that, that's actually only $30 a month. So if you like to join that and figure out how you can make big money online in Africa, go ahead and join that. I was going to go into detail. I did not even think I was going to go in this direction now. I thought it was going to be a simple 8-minute video. I give you some high level information and then put it there, right? Because if I were going to do that, I could just use an AI. I had thought about doing that and just having the video out there. There's a lot of people doing that. They make money real quick. Right here, what I'm trying to do is make you real money in your pocket. So for right now, this group is just $30. I decided to create that now because I've been procrastinating on it. We have other groups that I've had, but this is a new one, so you might be one of the first people in here. If you see this in the future, price may have changed. It might have increased to 100. There's plenty of groups that are teaching people to make money in Africa, and they charge $1 to $250 per month. Now, I can go into that as another video on how to make money online in Africa too, but they don't even give even a quarter, a drop of the information that I give you guys. So that's just the difference that is there. You don't have to have everything perfect. Obviously, you can look at this banner right here. It's not perfect, but if you guys want to learn how to make money online in Africa and make it in a real way, it's gonna be hard work. None of this is instant, right? It may take you some months, but if you want to make money online, go ahead and let me know. Subscribe, comment in the comment section below, and then we can walk you through some other things because that's only one pathway to do it. We got even more pathways to do it in our group. So I'll talk to you guys later on the next video. Peace out.